Okay, so today is Tuesday, the 1st of September. This is our latest addition to our boot camp family. This is Skylar, who's a relatively young dog who, like all dogs, they need boundaries, they need structure, and consistently. So what we humans have a tendency to do is be very inconsistent, and then the more humans there are in the house, the more inconsistency there is. So if it's a couple, a man and wife, sometimes, that never worked for me, you might get along very well. You add one child, things might, 2 children, 3 children, 4 children, snakes, cats, it all affects the dynamic. So I got my little girl Skylar here. All I've done today so far, I just made eye contact with her about, I'd say 2 minutes ago. So I have food here, but notice I'm not really giving her food. I don't give away things, so I'm just putting structure. So her, as you see, and I'm loving good behavior, so for the next 10, 11, 12 days, I'm going to correct behavior I don't like and praise good behavior. Praise, not give food for it. Food is a separate issue, and I'll discuss that later on. So here, I want to touch, but the bottom line, I'm sitting on a couch, ew. Skylar can't come up here, regardless of my cookies here, right? So here's a piece of rope. There's no yelling or screaming. Dogs don't talk in English language, or any language. So if you have a German Shepherd, you don't need to know German. They don't understand language, complicated language. Their brain is simple. Tell me what you want from me. Teach me not to jump, not to bark. That's the things we're talking about. Don't ever pull on this leash. So beginning today, good girl. Good girl, baby. Good girl. I'm going to love good behavior. What is good behavior? Not jumping on me. Not pulling on the leash. Good baby. She's a little off balance now. How did I get it that way? When she pulled on the leash, watch. Correct. And that she's a little dramatic, because that didn't hurt, and then she sat at my side. That is the beginning to the end. Correct bad behavior. She's a little vocal, so I corrected her. Now I'm going to love her. Watch again. Good girl, babe. I'm not doing this for the food. The food is actually the opposite. Watch. So I'm using food opposite what dog trainers and behaviors, whatever a behaviorist is, when somebody lets me know. Good girl, babe. Look how she's looking at me. This is wonderful. I know I have to cut. This is the beginning to work on all these behaviors, as long as they're reasonable. And there's not going to be any yelling and screaming. We praise good behavior. We're going to teach her to go to a crate. She pulls. Watch. Here we go. I don't even have to anymore. She good girl. She good girl, baby. So this is wonderful beginning to an 11-day journey. Thank you. Okay, finishing up or working with Skylar. We're about halfway through, a little more than about halfway through. What we've done is put a permanent leash and collar on. The collar I have on the dog is the only one you use. If you go back and forth and get a flat collar or a harness or whatever, you're going to make a mistake, and this is all going to be. So we're just following through on a very simple formula. Love good behavior, love, 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 and correct bad behavior. As we're consistent with this, I rarely have to correct the dog. Notice she loves now to go into her crate, because the only place she gets food is in her crate. We're going to cut and go for a walk. Okay, so we're moving along. The position she always has in the pack is on her left side, not the right side, not in front. It's consistency, consistency. We correct bad behavior. Sit. Skylar, sit. Correct bad behavior. Sit. Sit. Good. It's relaxed down here. Left foot, dog walks. I'm relaxed. My hands are down here. I turn. The dog turns. Good girl. I praise good behavior. I turn. I walk. I stop. I step out with my right. The dog stays. It's relaxed energy. It's not tension in your body. It's not about talking. It's coming back then and loving. Now I'm going to take her to the dog park. We're going to cut and go to the dog park. Some of the basic things to remember: when we're moving, the dog is on our side with a relaxed leash, never tension. This is tension, this is not. When we stop, the dog sits, and then we give the dog freedom, psychological freedom. So this could be your backyard, a park. Okay, girl. And then we drop the leash and she, yeah. And then she's free to do whatever she wants. So this is like a child. They need time to themselves. So obviously in daycare she plays all day, but right now, so now this is wonderful. When I move, she moves with me, but she's not required. Yeah. She's not required to be on my left side now, so she's on free time. It's a very important concept. All these concepts are important. When you put all these pieces together, it comes together. Leash and collar on all the time when you're watching, supervising, just like you would a little child. You're always supervising them. You don't let them play with knives. Then she's at the park. The leash doesn't interfere with anything. We're going to cut and do some more work. Girl. Good girl. Bird doggy. Bird doggy. Good girl. So we're starting to learn frisbee. She can chew my frisbee. Good girl. I take it. Good girl. I'm starting upside down so she can pick it up. Good girl. Good girl. So it's all about balance. Balance is fun, but with structure. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Sit. Fetch. Good girl. Good girl, baby. Good girl. Praise good behavior. Good girl, baby. Good girl. Leave it. Leave it. Step on the leash. Pick it up. Good. One more throw. Good, baby girl. Off she goes. Bird doggy. And that's great. We meet the dog's needs. She pees, she poops, she plays, she gets love and structure. And this is what having a dog is all about. We're not to high school where she actually retrieves it yet and brings it to us. And then we take it away and the party's over. Nice piece. So here we go. It doesn't matter who the handler is. Male, female, child, as long as they know the technique, as long as they're mature and old enough to concept. Make a left turn. The dog is not pulling. The handle is relaxed. I'm going to throw a distraction, and we'll see. Good. She corrected. That's where we're at. Keep going. Keep going. Make a left turn. So as we go, don't forget, we're only halfway through elementary school. Elementary school. But that's better than the last time. So we have to teach behavior, then enforce behavior. Make a left turn. Come to a stop. Dog sits, you see the handle is relaxed. So it's a necessary evil. You can't get that behavior by yelling or screaming. If she loves good behavior, here comes a bicyclist. So we take advantage of all the distractions.